So long story short, this interaction with the police leads to detention. Okay, so he's in detention now, and our lawyers are still dragging their feet like crazy. And so I had, from the moment we started working with these lawyers, like I clocked that they were dragging their feet and that they might not be the best representation, but we had already started paying them, or we paid the retainer and we couldn't get the money back. And my husband's like, babe, we can't afford to waste money. And I'm like, that's fair. We just need to stay on top of them. But once he was detained, it became clear like we couldn't work with them any longer because he was actually at Alligator Alcatraz, or he ended up at Alligator Alcatraz. And I was like, yeah, no, with everything that's going on, I'm not leaving him in Alligator Alcatraz for a long time. So through this process, we ended up switching lawyers, found a new law firm. New law firm was much better. Within I don't know, he may have been detained maybe for like 3 weeks or so. We got a court date and we went in for a bond hearing. And our lawyers felt great about the bond hearing. They're like, he's a great person. We have all this good evidence that he's a good person. We think he's going to get out on bond. So at that point, my main concern was how much were they going to charge for bond, because there were rumors going around that since this new administration started and the push for deportation, that if people were getting bond, the bonds were really high, even if you weren't a criminal. We get to court and the judge is like, everything looks great. The only thing is I don't have jurisdiction to grant bond. And that's sort of lawyer speak. So afterwards, when I talk to lawyers, they're like, yeah, short story of that is the judge doesn't have, he doesn't have the permission or the like legal right to grant bond. I guess that decision was with the government, because what I didn't know is when you go before immigration court, at least in our circumstances in detention, you have the immigration judge. If you have a lawyer, your lawyer's there to represent you, and then ICE, or the Department of Homeland Security, also has an attorney that represents the government. And the government attorney, they were just like adamant, like, no, this person needs to leave the U.S. No, we don't want them to have bond, blah, 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 just like going hard. And the judge is basically like, okay, I'm going to listen to the government. So didn't get bond. So he leaves that, we leave that court date and he's back in detention. So basically at that point, what our lawyer said was, don't think they're going to grant bond. Even if we file an appeal, our best bet is to try to get his I-130, which is like the first part. It's like your marriage petition. And then if your marriage petition is approved, then we apply for like the green card or whatever. So she's like, let's just go hard to try to get the I-130 approved faster. Because in the past, like, this might be a strategy that works, because right now this bond thing isn't it. That did not happen.